Hi everyone and welcome back. We're about to head into episode 10 of Supernatural season 1. I thought the last episode was probably the best episode so far. We got to see the mom again. We got a bit of closure for Dean and Sam. We also got to see just how much anguish Dean has gone through. Seeing as he is the eldest sibling, knowing that he has more of a memory of his parents, especially his mom because she is dead, it would hurt him in a different way to Sam because Sam's are memories and they're very faded because he was a baby. So even those might not be real because they're recollections of pictures instead of actually knowing what she was like. And we got Loretta Devine, who is always good and whenever she's on screen. And just it was nice to see Sam let his guard, not Sam, Dean let his guard down a little bit because he's got such a wall built up because he's always tried to be the bigger brother, the stronger one in terms of emotions, whereas Sam does rely on his emotions more. I'm just going to get straight into episode 10 because I want to see what it has to offer. What kind of spirit is in here? This is shot really nicely. So what is it, just two teenagers breaking in to have fun?
What is it anyway? I forgot you're not local.
I'd be really careful going into doors with symbols like that.
Patrol 1-4. We are clear and return to station.
Ah. The dad's gonna have to appear soon because we've now seen him in an episode.
I swear, he writes like freaking Yoda.
He's there.
I don't believe it. Rockford, Illinois. Okay, that's interesting. How? I checked the local Rockford paper. Take a look at this.
He's been there previously.
7 unconfirmed sightings, 2 deaths, till last week at least. Dad's telling us to go somewhere. We're going. The Chicago Tribune. Mind if I ask you a couple of questions? Got your partner? Yeah, I do. It's time to be here. It won't take that long. I just want to get the story in your words. Yeah, of course I did it. That guy's a serious jerk. Let me buy you a beer, huh? 2. Right at home.
He and his wife had a few fights, like everybody, but it was mostly smooth sailing. They were even talking about having kids.
Alright, so either Kelly had some deep-seated crazy way in her butt. South Wing, huh? Wait a second. South Wing, South
Like the doors are usually chained.
So maybe the spirit can't escape unless it possesses someone.
Keep people out. Or keep something in.
You reading on that thing or not?
Nope. Of course it doesn't mean nobody's home.
Spirits can't appear during certain hours of the day.
And the freaks come out at night. Spirits driving him insane. Kind of like my man Jack in The Shining.
Yes, we get you like Jack Nicholson.
But he's giving us an order.
So what? We gotta always follow Dad's orders?
Of course we do.
What kind of experiments were put on people in here?
Dr. Ellicott. Ellicott, that name. Wasn't there a Dr. Sanford Ellicott? Road trip with my brother.
Was that fun?
No.
Loads.
Local history buff.
You should know.
About the Roosevelt riot.
The riot? Well, no, I know. I'm just curious.
Sam, how do you feel about it?
Here we go. See, I told you he'd be able to pick up on use of language and your facial expressions.
Some of the bodies are never even recovered, including our chief of staff, Ellicott.
What do you mean never recovered?
Cops scoured every inch of the place.
I really wouldn't go in there. Don't play.
Hey, look. Come on, let's check it out.
Which one is it going to go for?
Hey, sweetie. Couldn't take it, huh?
burn them. Just be careful though. The only thing that makes me more nervous than a pissed off spirit is the pissed off spirit of a psycho killer.
I can't tell if in the background there's supposed to be the voices of spirits calling to them, or just calling out.
It's weird. Yeah. You're telling me.
They want freedom. I don't think they want to hurt you.
No, Dean, I mean, it was weird that she didn't attack me.
Yeah.
It's alright, we're not gonna hurt you.
It was all just, you know,
Make believe.
pretend.
I don't think splitting up is the best idea. I never understand why people in these type of horror situations always split up.
Hey, it's okay, hold on, I'm here to help.
Which one of them is possessed? The girl or the guy? He seems so excited by that.
Hurt you. What are you talking about?
So this is an angry spirit.
But you gotta face it.
You face it!
No, it's the only way.
Listen to it.
Look at it, that's all. Come on, you can do it.
What did it say?
So, now you guys ready to leave this place?
That's an understatement.
Okay. You get him out of here.
I had a crappy guidance counselor.
And Dean? He's your boss?
Then a window.
They're barred.
Well, how are we supposed to get out?
You're not.
What's the point? Or not?
There's always a secret hideaway somewhere in these buildings. Frontal lobotomy.
That'll all work.
Where are you? I'm on my way.
Oh, it's sending him a fake
You
message.
handle the shotgun.
Okay.
What? No.
I can't.
Is Sam more susceptible because of his anger towards Dean? Oh, so the experiments happened in the boiler room. Boom.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah, there's the doctor.
I'll make you all better.
Something's coming.
Nice shot.
Don't shoot, it's me.
Watch yourselves. And watch out for me. Thought that if he could get his patients to vent their anger, then they'd be cured of it. Instead, it only made him worse and worse.
Ah, so he has to let out his
They
anger.
live his spirit. I knew it. Elcott did something you didn't. If once in your life, just shut your mouth. What are you gonna do, Sam? Burn Elcott's bones and all this will be over.
No, he won't.
I am normal. I'm just telling the truth for the first time. Pull the trigger.
Do it.
There he is. He either was stuffed in there or he hid in there, and that's how he died.
Don't be afraid. I'm going to help you. I'm going to make you all better.
Really do like how they kill off the spirits, the demons, etc.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks. No more haunted asylums, okay? Well, Dad.
That was episode 10 of Supernatural. Another good episode. This was something that we knew was going to happen between the two guys. It's been building up, as I said previously in other episodes, over a period of time. And we know it's 6 months now. And we knew, well, Dean just has to be the little soldier. It's his way of keeping his dad's memory alive, because he's always got the fear that his dad will be dead, or they will find out that the dad isn't. It's not him sending the messages, and his way of keeping a bit of control in his life is following his dad's orders because he's done that his whole life. He hasn't known any other way, and being the older brother, he feels he has the responsibility to do that. I should have picked up earlier that Sam was going to be possessed because he went to the psychologist and he spoke about his brother, and there's a lot of issues he's got. The whole episode was a build up of anger towards Dean for Dean not letting go and not trying to, move on with his life. Dean is stuck in his past. Sam wants to be in his future, which means there's a conflict of interest between both of them. It was also nice that they used the asylum because it's been used in a lot of movies, the same type of narrative. The doctor has experimented on the patients, they revolt and they kill him. It shows that Elcott wasn't a good person for what he did to those patients. They just wanted to escape, and instead they were trapped there for a long time. So it was Elcott releasing your inner anger, and Sam has a lot of anger towards Dean. I think they both do. They both have a lot of anger towards one another. It needed to come out. It's come out before, but I think it's at a head right now. Because if they don't let go and talk, it will build up again, and this is the problem. Dean doesn't want to talk. He just wants to follow orders. I do like that the actress was the one in complete control. She was afraid, but she was still the leader. She was the one who actually had the courage to face, I guess, if you could say in a way, her demons. Whereas the boy was a show-off, and it turns out he was a coward when it came down to this. And also, he was quick to kiss that other girl, but then he did think it was her. I thought one of them would have been possessed, but they didn't go to the boiler room, so now we know it was just the spirits trying to warn them. Now that he's had the phone call from the dad, like I said, I'm guessing the dad's going to be incorporated a bit more into this season. I don't know how many more seasons he's in, so maybe he's in the show from now on, but I get a feeling with the way this is done, it won't be like that. But I like the use of an asylum, because yes, it's a spirit, but it was just a nice change of, I guess, pace. They did have not an asylum but a hospital at one point. They were in the early episodes. They weren't inside of it, but it was behind them. So I don't know if that was foreshadowing for this episode. I also like how we're seeing different uses of lighting. When he was going to see the psychologist, Sam, it was brighter. It was almost like a disconnect to their world. Their world is very dark, very gloomy, very grainy. This had light seeping in, almost as if these people outside of their world are happy. But we know that can't be true, because otherwise they wouldn't get possessed. The officer at the beginning wouldn't have killed his wife and himself. I'm intrigued to see where this is going to go, because we're coming up to the halfway point. So usually this is where things will completely change. So we've had this slight linear narrative, but I feel like now the episodes might be a bit more connected, because it's using the dad again. So this is the second episode now where the father is that focal point, because they've kind of had breaks where it's been the father, or at least where is he, then it's a little break, but it's the halfway point of the season. Now things will become a bit more concrete because you have to wrap up a season. Thank you for watching, and we will be back next week with episode 11.